Welcome back, champ. Welcome back, champ. Welcome to another episode of Lounge 11 with the champs, Femi and Samco. Samco, how are you doing, mate?
Rob Champ, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. The season is here. It's here,
Oh
bro.
my goodness, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like you waited all day for like all year for Christmas, and then it finally comes.
Mm.
Feels like Christmas Day. So
Yeah.
really excited. We get to play first, right? We
Yes.
play first
Tomorrow
here tomorrow.
we
Yeah,
play first.
yeah. Oh my goodness, I was going to start this episode with bomba, bomba, new season.
By the way,
Bomba.
my apologies to everybody. I've not been able to bring out transfer room in the last few days. I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
under the
yeah.
weather and just getting better literally in the last 1 hour. So that's why we're trying
Right,
to
right,
squeeze
right.
this in as quickly as possible before my allergies come back. So hope to be back
Game
on that
time
hopefully by
decision.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, game time decision. No, I appreciate you making the time, my guy. Yeah, we'll try to get through all the big topics. But
Mm.
before we do so, just want to appreciate all the subscribers, everyone that has liked, commented. We released the documentary, which was fun, to kind of put together. We can talk about it now. No, last episode we didn't really want to kind of jinx it yet, but
Mhm.
now that it's out, the support has been incredible. On the socials, on YouTube, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, Samko, I know you obviously had a chance to see before we published it, but maybe share your reactions with the audience. You got a chance to relive the season again through that.
Oh, what it meant.
Yeah, yeah,
It was literally it took me back to those moments like exactly. And I think that was the one thing I enjoyed about it. I was talking to you when you sent it to me before it was published. I said, it's funny how everything felt like you were there, like
back
right
again.
at that
Yeah, yeah.
moment. And that was the thing I really did enjoy about it because I'm just looking at it and I'm telling myself in another 15, 20 years, if I ever just want to remember anything that has to do with this very season, there's somewhere I can just go with a click of a button or a click of a mouse and I can relieve literally everything. And at the end of the day, I got to give you a big shout out because I think the way you came up with that idea, the narration part of it was literally good. And a lot of people don't understand how like you have this creative mind where you're able to just sit down, something comes up and you're able to like bring it to light so quickly. Like, and that was the thing I really saw with how you were narrating it and just making it feel, I think it brought a lot of connectivity between fans that for me that happened to be there for most of it, but also people who were not there. I think they are definitely going to be able to connect to that, and hopefully we're able to do more things like that, and bring back a little bit more connection between the game, the fans, us, people in general, and all that. So I definitely have to give you credit for that, man. That was great work to put all those clips and everything together.
There was a
That was
lot.
amazing. Yeah, it was a lot.
That was a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. It was fun to work on. But when you kind of go back and watch it, like even me putting it together, watching it is like, man, we had a lot of fun, bro.
It was
We had
fun.
a
It's
lot of
true.
fun,
Like that's the thing. Like it was
Yeah.
fun. Even the down moments and everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
we can laugh about it
yeah,
now,
yeah. Because I
obviously.
remember
But
going back even the time when we had that call and you told me you went back to the. I remember that call so clearly, and there was even some other clips that I remember when me, UK, Kumi, we spoke after the Bournemouth game, after the City game, and some of us had like a little bit of worry and everything. But
yeah. Yeah.
just to the fact I could get back to it, and I remember how I felt in that moment, and I said, "It's not over, man. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
not." Yeah, so that was good. That was good, and I
I
hope
definitely needed to give
everybody
you a
got to
credit
really
on that
enjoy
one. Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, no, looking forward to. I think, like we shared on the first episode, right? Or at least the first episode of the season, we're really looking forward to creating more stuff like that, more
yeah,
original. Not just obviously we enjoy sharing about Arsenal winning and all of that, but even beyond that, telling other
yeah,
stories about the game and the places people watch the game, how they experience the game. I think you can expect to see some of those kind of content from us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jinx it or put it out there, but I'm gonna tell you exclusive. Samco is planning something for y'all.
We have to, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. Well, it
Yeah.
was fun, man. I
Uh,
really enjoyed it.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right in, you know. Let's see, what do we have here on our notes today? Yeah, like we said at the start, the season is starting tomorrow, which is really, really
Mm-hmm.
exciting. At the
Yeah.
time of recording anyway, it started tomorrow. But yeah, you know, we're hosting Coventry, the champs. I don't really know much about Coventry, and I do know that Frank Lampard has done a remarkable job in getting them back to the
Mm-hmm.
Premier League. But I know you watch a lot of games. You're probably
Mm.
more in tune with what's happening in, you know, in the championship, or is that
Yeah.
what it's called, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, you've seen our preseason. Oh, we didn't even get to talk about
The community shield.
the community shield. We should probably
Mm-hmm.
start there then.
Yeah, we might as well start there. Correct.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make
Mm.
sure, because that was the last you know, if you let some people tell you, the last preseason game of the season of the summer. So,
uh, uh,
but man, that was whew, that was
yeah.
sweet. I'll let you open
Yeah.
things up, man. Yeah.
It was, I mean, especially going into the game, knowing or saying that I had no expectations. Like, I just wanted to see some of the players we haven't seen in preseason just get in and get some minutes. I can't come out and say I expected that type of performance, right? Like, the way we played just seemed like, man, it was game week 1. Like, they just went for it. I don't know. At a point, I started asking myself, does it have to do with the last time we were here for the Carabao Cup final at Wembley? Like, they literally just went for it. Like, I had to go back and look at both teams and look at their squad and say, okay, who are the potential guys that are missing? On Manchester City side, you see the likes of Gehi did not start that game. I think there was someone else. I think it was Gehi and was it Mateus Nunes? Yeah.
I
Those
don't
were the
think
two
Nunes
guys.
started.
Yeah, they didn't start. So those, when
O'Reilly
I
did
looked
not
at,
start.
yeah, no, Riley started.
Was it not Guardiola that started for that?
Yes, it was Vadio, Diaz, O'Reilly, and
O'Reilly started. Okay.
Kusanov that started on the right for them. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah,
looked at it, I said, okay, if there's the potential people that might not start is Kusanov on the right, Kovacic in the midfield. But every other person seemed, because it started Anderson as well. Then I went to Arsenal side. We had no Timber, we had no Saliba, we had no
There was no Saka.
Rice, we had no Saka, we had Kai that started. And so we had about 4 players that most of us would think are starting guys.
Guarantee
But
started. Yeah.
even for the guys that just came into the game in the second half, they really did play well. Like, to be honest, and I was shocked at how up in their fitness they were and how, I mean, you could tell we were a team that was settled. I think that's the best way
Yeah.
to put it. You could tell we were
Right.
a team that was settled, that we've played together, that no matter how much, when it came down to a game that was very serious, that we know a lot of narratives are going to come after that game, especially for the fact it's Arsenal and Man City. So I definitely have
Mhm.
to give kudos to the boys for taking it as serious as they could. But at the same time, when you look at it from the Manchester City side, I think there's a lot as well, like, new manager. Now we're seeing a lot of players are going to be coming out and coming in into that squad. But just by focus on my team, I think it was a good day out for them. They showed out, won the game. I want to say pretty much easily, but kudos to them, and kudos to them. How was it for you?
Well, I just want to first of all say thank you to Manchester City for showing up on the day they played their part. You know, because
Yeah.
it takes two to play a game like that, and
Mm-hmm.
we needed a dance partner. And so, shout out to Man City. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Man City side, but like you said, you know, it was really a statement of intent. And you try not to over-index on those games because, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's a lot that's going to happen between now and the end of the season. But what I did take away is exactly what you have shared. It's like, man, these boys were ready.
We were
Like,
ready.
you couldn't see, like, that was Saka's first minutes this
Mm-hmm.
preseason, like, since the World
Yeah.
Cup. Same thing with Rice. Same thing with, you know, what are we missing? someone else came in. No, Eze had played a game before that, but
Eze had
they,
played
they,
before he came in. Yeah.
they hadn't had a lot of
Zubimendi. That's the one you're looking for.
Zubimendi,
Yeah.
right? They hadn't played a lot of games, right? So that was really the first game back from the World Cup, and to
Mm-hmm.
put on a display like that from the first minute, 26 seconds into the game, we had scored.
Yeah.
We hit them on the jugular, like So I think those are the positives you take away, but like you said, like it's there's still plenty to go. We won on that day, and I think Man City would obviously look a lot different.
Uh-huh.
Or they would hope that they would look a lot different, as the season progresses. But nothing really to take away from there other than, man, great, great performance, serious focus by the boys to show up and do what needed to be done. So
Yeah.
congrats to Arsenal.
Yeah.
So that takes us into the season properly now, right? Like I didn't watch a lot of the preseason games. That was the,
Uh-huh.
you know, first game I watched literally start to finish for Arsenal.
Uh-huh.
Before that, I think I only caught the last 35 minutes or so of the Como game, but you maybe followed up a lot more closely than I did. We're
Uh-huh.
going into Coventry now, right? Are
Yeah.
we away or home? I think we're
We're
home.
home. Come on, bro.
We're home.
It's the champ, man.
I was like, you got to open it
Yeah,
up at home, you know?
you gotta start at the castle, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So, uh, playing our first game of the season at home tomorrow
uh,
against Coventry. Um, Anything other than 3 points is not what the doctor ordered in my mind. So, what are your
uh,
thoughts going into that game?
Same thing for me. I mean, they need to go into the season. A lot of these promoted teams, they always come in, especially for their first game, they want to prove a point. And now you're talking about they were the one that actually won the championship last year. So
Oh,
it's
they
literally
did.
yeah, they did. So they're literally their champions
Oh.
versus the Premier League champions. Believe you me, these guys are not coming here to just be a part of the Premier League. You never can tell them I want to display and show themselves out basically on a
Mm.
night like that. So I think the boys cannot be complacent when it comes to this game. We just have to be laser focused. Yes, some players are still trying to get in their fitness up. But like you said, I don't expect anything below the 3 points. I expect a dominant performance. And I think we should be able to see that. So that's the only expectation literally I have for this game. I haven't happened to see a lot of Coventry's preseason game. If I've seen them basically highlights, so there's nothing I can get from them in terms of what they will look like this season. They brought in was a Nigerian striker. So Taiwo Awoniyi has been signed by them. I don't know if he's going to play against us, but I'm sure he'll be off the bench because he's had a few preseason with Nottingham Forest already. But I think we're going to be good. I think there's a game that if we come out with the same mindset we had at the Community Shield against Manchester City, I think 3 points should be set on stone.
Just a fun fact for the audience, right? Our producers passed us this note. Producers been Samco and I. Apparently, it's only the 11th time that a reigning champion has faced a newly promoted side on opening weekend.
Yeah,
And it hasn't happened since 1990. That's before the Premier League era.
yeah,
Interesting, weird fact.
yeah.
But just something for the audience to know. Let's before we move away from the Arsenal segment, right? Let's just talk about this is the first time that we're attempting to obviously the first time we're attempting to defend a title
Mm-hmm.
since what is it? I don't even think we've defended the title. At least gone back to
Players
back.
all in the 60s or
Yeah,
70s.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. In the
So
Premier
we're,
League era, sorry. Yes, we haven't done that.
right, right. So let's maybe talk about some of the new arrivals. If you think we have a better chance, everybody obviously has Arsenal as favorites right now.
Mhm.
Even the most committed haters feel like Arsenal are probably going to go back to back champions, but it's still going to be a tough league, I think, like we've seen
Yeah.
over the years. So, what are
Mm.
you seeing in terms of how Arsenal can defend their title?
I mean, definitely is one of the toughest challenges of this league. That's why most people regard this as the best league in the world because a lot of the times you're always going to have your champion alternate literally every season or every other season. Is a challenge I'm actually looking forward to because I think the manager that we have has that mindset of wanting to do things like this, right? Yes, Arsenal has never defended the championship before, but I think one thing we have, I'll give one thing that I think we have or that can happen against us, and I think one thing that can work for us. So in terms of something that can work against us, the first thing I'll talk about is injuries, because a lot of our players had been involved in vast majority of the World Cup. A lot of them went up to the semifinals and finals and the third place knockout game. So injuries is something I'm very worried about in terms of the players that we have. But then again, one thing we did was last season was we addressed our squad depth. And I think Mikel and the staff have seen how much that helped us a lot last season, and they will try to maintain that. Now, onto the side that I believe can work for us in terms of trying to defend and keep our title is for the fact that most of our closest rivals, if not all the potential rivals or candidates to win the league, you're talking the Manchester City's, Chelsea's, Liverpool's, and Manchester United, if the case may be, is they all have new managers. So they have so many new things that they are going to have to be accustomed to within the next few weeks or within the next few months. Arsenal seem to be the only team that is settled. Our players know how we want to play. The manager knows his players. We've been together for about 3-4 years. It's one of the reasons why when we're talking about the transfer window, what does it really take to strengthen this Arsenal team? That window or that market is very, very small for you to pick out the talents that actually do increase and make this team better. So I think that's the one thing that goes for us and the one thing that goes against us. But if I'm being honest, I'm looking forward to the challenge, to be honest. Like you said, it's something we've never done before. And I'll love nothing more for these guys and this manager to go on and take that challenge and conquer it as well. So
Yeah, in terms of injuries, right? Obviously,
mhm,
Timber is, they didn't play the game, they feature in the last game. Has been out since even before the end of last season.
mhm.
I think we probably expect him to be fit, maybe not for tomorrow. I don't know what the situation is,
No,
but
apparently they're
yeah,
looking, I think they said a few weeks, so it might even be September.
man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They'll probably get him to the
If you ask me, I
international
think
break
it's
at
going
this
to,
point.
yes, exactly. If you ask me,
Yeah.
I'm going to put my head in October because of that international break. Yeah.
Wow, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
And then we're
Um,
out with Saliba as well until
yeah.
further notice.
Is one of the reasons why they've gone out to the transfer market to bring in the likes of Konsa.
Brings me to my next question, actually. So Arsenal has done some, not a lot of business, but it seems like the right business, right? You've
Yeah.
seen Bruno Guimarães, best Bruno, come into the team.
That's right. That's right.
And the guy I call the sound of the Zolis. The
I
sound
call
of the
I
Zolis.
call him quantum of Zolis.
We could go with that too, you know. And now, recently, as of yesterday, I believe, Konsa from, was it Aston Villa,
Aston Villa, yes.
has been signed, right? So
Uh-huh.
we've covered some key areas. We lost Trossard, we replaced him with Zolis.
Uh-huh.
You know, in the midfield, we strengthened there, I would say, by adding Bruno Guimaraes. And then, you know, Saliba, we all know is going to be missing for, you know, extended period of time, and Konsa is coming. I
Uh-huh.
don't. Did we sign anybody else? I think or the
Melee, the
goalie
goalkeeper,
Melia,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. But in terms of the business that we've done,
Mhm.
what do you think about that? The business this season?
I've been very impressed because the thing I like about, I'm not going to include Melee because apparently they said he was brought in as a third choice goalkeeper. So I'm going to focus on Zolis, Bruno, and potential and Konsa. The thing I've liked about it, I won't put Zolis in this bracket, but this is more of like Bruno and Konsa, is the fact that these are plug and play players. Like there's no wait period. These are guys that know the leagues. They know most of the opponents we're going to play in, week out. They have played in the Champions League. Bruno plays for Brazil, played in the World Cup. Konsa played in the World Cup for England. So these are literally plug and play players that you could just bring into the team, and I believe they fit in superbly well. For Bruno, He has his Brazilian brothers there. He has Jesus, he has Martinelli, he has Magalhaes. For Konsa, I mean, we know one of his closest friends is Saka. He's very good friends with Eze. You have the likes of Skelly, Declan Rice, Madueke. So I think settling in is not going to be a problem for them. But the thing I really, really liked about this transfer business that we've done is just for the fact that they are plug and play players. There's nothing to wait for. These guys are going to come in, fit right in, and we see because Saliba, they haven't said how long Saliba is away for, but from what I can see from some of the medical X accounts, they're saying it's most likely not going to be anything below 3 months. And when you bring a player like Konsa, who is good in his ground duels, good in his duels in the air, he's very good on the ball, good passer as well. Mind you, he can slot into the right back position as well if needed, playing as a center back. Perfect. Mosquera, yes, he's young, but he's getting his footing in the Premier League and in the Champions League. He's played a lot of games for us as well. Bruno Guimarães, we lost the likes of Nogard. For you to lose Nogard and you're bringing in Bruno Guimarães, again, that is us raising the ceiling, this time not even the floor, because now you're having the likes of Zubimendi, who most likely could be coming up the bench for us. Last season, we saw there were times where even I, for example, would request, why isn't Nogard coming into the team? And I felt maybe Mikel just didn't have that much trust for him. But when you have a Zubimendi on your bench or Bruno Guimarães off your bench, I mean, look at that midfield, for example. You have Skelly, Guimarães, Zubimendi, Mainoo, Eze, Odegaard. You still have Dorman, who can play in the 10. You still have Wanero, who most likely we're going to send out for loan. So I think it's a great piece of business we've done so far, but I think there's one more to be done, and hopefully they do it. But if they don't find that right player who takes us to that next level, and when I'm talking that next level, I'm talking about a left winger, I'm of the opinion we should keep our powder dry and wait and see what happens in the January market, if not go into the next season. I think Zolis is going to be a good addition for us with the kind of player that he is, especially in terms of creativity. So I'm looking forward to see how he does. When you look at the market, you look at Martinelli, there's a possibility we might sell it. I'm okay keeping Martinelli for another season, or like I said, to January, but it depends on what availability we see out there in the market. So to strengthen this team takes a lot. We saw the interest in the likes of Vinicius Jr. If you're bringing me those type of players, I'm all for it. But I don't want to be out here paying the 75, 85 millions for the Savinios and whatnot when I don't know what they're going to bring for me. They're not better than what I have. So why am I even spending such money on this type of players? So that's just my thought. I think it's been great business so far. So no complaints.
You went there, champ. You went there.
Where?
Savinio and them, you know?
No, I mean, it's not a dig to like Spurs. Like, I can see why they're going for a player like that. But if I'm looking at Arsenal, like, does Savinio take Arsenal to the next level? I mean, he's not even a winger that we need. I just put his name out there. But he doesn't really take us to the next level, right? So why am I going to spend all that money for someone that I'm having to doubt about it? It's like, am I willing to spend 75 million on a Savino type of player who I can't trust? No. Am I willing to drop 180 million on a Vinicius type of player? Yes. Why? Because with the Vinicius, I have no doubt whatsoever. With the other guys, it's like this. So if I'm having to do that, I don't want to do it. I might as well keep my powder dry and see what happens later.
Fairs. Let's talk about the other guys, right? And by the other guys this time around, I'm talking about the competitive landscape. Obviously, we're not in a league by ourselves, even though we are in a league by ourselves. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But on a more serious note, it's still a competition. Other teams are there that could, create a lot of headache, right?
Yeah.
So this season, and we'll get to predictions at the end, but this season, lots of new managers, a lot of high expectations for some teams that perhaps underperformed, you know,
Mhm.
last season. Who are you most excited about seeing just from a football standpoint, right? Like
Mhm.
this team made a change. You think they're going to be really exciting. You think they're going to be much better than they did last season.
Yeah.
What teams are catching your eye?
Um, I would say Manchester City and Liverpool for sure. Manchester City, I was looking forward to seeing the likes of Maresca, but in the last few days, we've seen a lot of changes that are just coming out of nowhere. Rodri has left. I didn't think he was going to leave. Now we're hearing the likes of Savinho and Mamouche is going to leave. We don't know who is going to come in. There's a possibility Nico Gonzalez might leave. They're trying to bring in Boadi. At the same time, they're looking into Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. So, I mean, especially for the fact that since we've come into challenging for title, Man City has been one of those teams we'll be having that back and forth with. So I still have that affinity to them that I really want to see what they do and how they'll improve. The next team for me is Liverpool. I think a lot of people are counting out Liverpool, but they all tend to forget that the second best striker in the league, in my opinion, is a Liverpool striker in Alexander Isak. Vets has stayed a full season now. I want to believe he's more settled. He knows the league a little bit more. They brought in the young center backs in Jake, which I think, from what I've seen so far in the preseason, I think they've got a pretty good talent there. The likes of Kirkes made their name under this manager in Adane Areola. So Liverpool is a team I'm not willing to write off yet because I know Areola is one of those guys. Once he gets his team and gets his system drilled into those players, something is going to come out. And the last team that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Manchester United. Like I said, I've liked the business that they've done so far. The only doubts that I have, or the only questions I have, has to do with their manager and Michael Carrick. Because last season he had the fortunate situation of having to play one game a week and manage a smaller squad. Now, this season, he's back in Europe. He gets to play in the Carabao Cup at the same time between now and January. So that's one team I'm definitely looking forward to see how it goes. Rashford is back. They've signed Tillemans. We just got the news about Baleba. They brought in Andres Santos. So I think the three teams I have right in front of me to be looking at is Man City, Liverpool, and United.
You mentioned Isak as the second best striker in the league. Where are you getting that representation from, bro? I don't
Come
even
on,
think
man.
he's the second best. I think he's the
It's
second best striker in
Alexander.
his team.
In
I
his
think
team
he is
behind
this.
whom? Ekitike?
Ekitikos.
Wow, come on now. Let's not
Yeah,
do that. It's Isak,
prove
bro.
me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. Yeah, man.
Alex, if you're listening to this, go ahead and prove me wrong, bro.
What teams are you like looking at? What are the teams that keeps bugging your mind and like you said, you're excited to
Oh,
see?
but
Not bugging in a negative, not in a negative. Yeah.
ain't nobody worried about his bumps.
Yeah, man.
No, but I'm actually, it's funny because our subsidiary teams are the ones I'm actually paying attention to. The Blue Emirates is exciting. I want to see what you know Javi Alonso does there because I think is it Jav B, right?
Xabi Alonso, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I think he has a team that is not too Jabi, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the squad is interesting. They have some interesting profiles in that squad, and I really rate him very
Uh-huh.
highly as a coach, at least from what we have seen at Leverkusen.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're going to have their Manchester United type of season, right? And what I mean by that is last season,
I can
I
see
think
that.
a lot
Yeah.
of what we're giving United credit for was off the back
Yeah.
of not being involved in any
Multiple
European
competition.
competitions, and then
Yeah.
having obviously, I don't think Chelsea crashes out at the first round of both the Carabao and FA Cup like United did. But they're just going to have fewer games to play. That's just the reality, right? And so when
Yeah.
you have a manager that good that has the opportunity to instill some, you know, changes, let's put it that way, in the team, I think they definitely finish higher than 10th. And I think people
Oh
are
yeah. Yeah.
underwriting or underrating how
Yeah.
high they can actually go with those
Uh-huh.
set of circumstances in their favor.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'm going to go as crazy as putting them in the top four because it's Chelsea. You know, every time you think you call them, what did you call them last season? Pump fake merchants or
Yeah,
something?
the config merchants there.
Yeah. So because of that, I don't want to go out on a limb, but I think they're going to be good or better than
Uh-huh.
most people are giving them. And credit for. The other team is, and this one is, should not come as a surprise because they better be better than where they finished last season, which is Spurs. Like, I can't even see Spurs having another 17th type of season, right? They brought in a manager that I think is really decent. They have shown serious intent, whether or not you rate the players. They have shown intent in the transfer window and the type of players that they wanted to bring in. So I think they are also going to benefit from not having any European competition to play in and having a very disciplined manager there. I think they're definitely breaking the top 10, top 8, maybe higher. Who knows what they do? Those are the teams that I'm looking for as like my dark horses. Like, you can really mess things up for a lot of people. I think City is going to be there. I just can't, like you said, we've been through it with them so many times that the structure is still there, and you still expect them to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
I think the one that I'm on the fence about is Liverpool. Although I do think people are not giving them enough credit. You clearly are. I think they're going to be there too, but I think that's the only 50-50 for me. I think Chelsea, Spurs will be better than I expect. I think Man City will be there or thereabouts. I think Liverpool is the only one where I kind of have them in, but if they dropped out, I wouldn't be too surprised. United, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I
fair
got.
enough. I think for Chelsea and Spurs, for me, I think I'm sitting on the fence with both teams. If there's anyone I think will move further out of two of them, I think it's going to be Chelsea for the same reason you gave. Like, I think they have some interesting profile of players, but most importantly, I think their manager is the one that gives them the edge for me. And just for the fact they also have that no European games. But with Chelsea and Spurs, I think this year I really just want to wait for them to show me, because Chelsea is the kind of club I've noticed in the last few years where things start well for them every season. Then by December, tits out. Excuse my language. But that's the thing with Chelsea. So I'm very like, you know what? Let me see something that I'll know where I want to go in terms of Chelsea. Spurs, yes, they have done some good business. They've brought in some interesting players. But for me, they have done this type of business in the window before, not financial wise, right? They haven't spent this type of money on this type of players before, but they have brought in players that I also felt like, okay, you know what, Spurs is going to be able to do something this year. And then sometime they just, or not sometime, most times they just seem to underperform based on even the players that they have in their squad and whatnot. Injuries have happened to be a massive stumbling block for them. So again, these are the things I want to wait and see. So for those two clubs, I'm on the observation deck, just waiting to see
Those
where
are
they go.
fair reasons to wait for sure. But I
Yeah.
think with Spurs is the easiest call to make because for their own sake, they cannot be in that same position come the end of the season. And when you
Can they
say
finish
it
17th?
is,
I would say no. I want to say
of
no.
course,
Then again,
yeah,
last season, they did some good business last season.
bro,
Think about
stop,
it.
man.
No. It's not a dig at them. Like I said, I think injuries have been that big stumbling block for them. Because last season was when they brought, was Solanke last season?
No,
No, the season before.
I think it was the season before. Yeah,
Okay, so they brought Xavi Simons, they brought Kudos, they brought Paulinia. Who else did they bring in? Then they brought that Tell, I think. Oh, no, I think Tell was even the other season. Yeah, Tell was the other
yeah.
season.
I'm not tracking what those guys are doing.
Yeah. So they brought in Kudos, they brought in Xavi Simons, they brought in Paulinia. There was someone else they brought in. I can't remember. If you look at previous seasons too, they had the Madisons, the Solanke. So that's why I said they brought in those players that at that time when those players were signed, and I look at the sports team, I say, okay, I can see these guys jumping up or moving forward. But then they've had the whole injury problem and they've performed below the expectations that most of us would have seen. Because when I look at them, what they've done this summer, they've done good business in the defense. good business in the midfield. But the most important part where they need to do business in, they haven't done, which is up top. In my opinion, they need a reliable front three. Solanke is always injured. Richarlison is always injured. We've seen the problem with Kudus. We've seen the problem with Kulusevski, right? So not only do they need reliable players up top, I think they also need quality that would take them to that next place. In this league, you are going to tell
Yeah,
that
I
you
think
really
you
need
are.
to win. You definitely need to win games, right? So when you look at the players that they are looking to bring in, again, I can only judge based on what I have seen so far. You're talking about Mamouche, based on the news, Savinho, and those are the main two guys. That
Gakpo.
Gakpo has kind of died down, right? But okay, let's add Gakpo into it. So if you bring those guys in, three of them, have they really set Mamouche and Savinho, for example, have they shown me anything for me to say they can take Spurs to the next level? If there's anything that takes
No, but
Spurs to the next
you're
level,
asking way
it's
too
going to be
much.
their defense and their midfield. How am I asking for
You
way
don't
too
think
much?
you're asking what does the next level look like for Spurs?
I mean, we were told they were part of the Big Six, so they should be pushing for
Yeah,
Champions League spots.
come on, man.
Because if I
Cut it
say
out, bro.
otherwise, but if I say otherwise, it seems like I'm cutting or I'm making a dig at them.
Yeah, I mean, like I think if they finish in the top six, that would be an
That would be
amazing season for
marvelous for them.
Spurs.
That would be
Yeah,
marvelous.
but
Yeah, but
for
I
me,
think that's
I'm
what they
not.
should be targeting, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What does that next level look like for a team that finished 17th?
Yeah,
I don't like that would be sixth to be, yeah, you've done a great job. I think
yeah.
if they land somewhere around 7, 8, that's kind of reasonable, right? And so that's how I'm looking at it. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not hearing any names that move the needle or whatever. But if you kind of take out the familiar names and stuff, I don't think you find too many teams that anybody's putting their money on to say, right now I'm gonna put my money that they'll finish over Spurs. So if
What
my
do you mean?
expectation
What
is,
do you mean?
so we spent some time now talking about Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Man City, right? That's 4 teams right there. I guess I'm missing someone. Liverpool, maybe 5. Yeah, that's 5 teams. When you remove those 5 teams and you look at Villa getting gutted, right? In terms of they've had to sell players too. I don't know if you expect Brentford to have the kind of season that they had last season. We'll wait and see. I don't
I
think
think
you
they will have
expect.
it. I think they will have a good season.
We don't
I
know,
think. I
right?
think.
So it's
I'm not a
possible.
fan of Unai Emery, but if there's one thing I know about Unai Emery, he's a good manager for a club like Aston Villa. Yes,
Okay,
they've lost a
fine.
lot
Throw
of.
him in. Let's not spend too much time
Yeah.
on that. Throw him in. That's 6.
Yeah.
So you need one more, right? You need another team that you can
There's a
say,
crazy name I can put in there.
give it to me. Yeah.
Nottingham Forest with
Okay.
Glasner.
I have to take this one to back to the no fly zone community.
Nottingham. I'm not saying they're going to finish above Spurs. I'm just saying like there's another name I can throw in there because when you look at the Nottingham Forest squad, for example, they have some very good players. But mind you, Glasner is another manager that a lot of people underestimate. And we've seen what he has done with Palace, even when he kept losing his best players. This is a guy that won 3 trophies in a calendar year, basically, if you look at it, right? So again, that's why I said it depends on Spurs injuries and all that stuff. When I look at the players that they've signed some good players. But when I think back when they signed the Madisons, the Richarlisons, the Solankes, the Kudos, I had that same feeling. So that's why I said this year with Spurs, I'm just going to be on the observation deck and see. And hopefully they don't get those injuries and
That's
all
fair.
that. Because last season, when you look at what they signed, like you said, yes, they finished 17th the season before, but we all said injuries and everything. The injuries were not even worse the following season. And somehow they still ended up in the same position. So observation deck,
We'll see.
yeah,
No
that's
problem.
it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We switch gears a little bit. We're staying in England, but it's actually really landing in Spain. We're going to land in Catalan. Rodri That was a big bomber, or whatever you call
That
it.
was a big
you
one,
know,
man.
a big
That
bomber.
was a
I don't even know if it was
bomber.
honestly. I don't know if it was that big because I think once Pep announced that it was leaving, and you
Okay,
see some
okay.
of the
I get what you mean.
departure that Ronaldo is leaving. It's kind of like the end of that era, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
call it that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it was always clear that they would try to move him on, but we thought initially it looked like it was Real Madrid, and then there was almost a big U-turn somewhere or whatever happened. What
Mm-hmm.
we do know for a fact is that he is going to be a Barcelona player
Mm-hmm.
next season. So let's talk about how big of a miss you think that's going to be for City. I think he's obviously one of the best players in
It's
the world. Goes
it's
without saying.
going to be a massive miss because every time I see Manchester City play and Rodri was injured,
You
I
can
was
tell the
like,
difference, yeah.
yeah, you could tell the difference. I'm like,
You can tell
yeah.
the difference, yeah.
But this is the other question I started asking myself. That was a Manchester City with Rodri and Pep Guardiola. Now it's a
Okay.
new manager and it's a new team, and he's literally starting this team without Rodri, which means he can now build this team how he wants. Right? Yes, some people are going to compare the team to, oh, when they had Rodri, these things didn't happen. But with a new manager, is he going to find himself that different type of anchor like he found with Caicedo when he was at Chelsea? Right? So that's again another part I'm looking forward to seeing. But if we look at the Manchester City based on what we know, based on Ballon d'Or, Rodri, it's a massive miss. And when they signed Anderson, one of the reasons I felt that was a very good deal for Man City was because I had in my head that Anderson was going to be playing with Rodri. But now Rodri is gone, but then Pep is gone. I was like, now that signing is looking a little different because I don't know if Anderson is going to be playing that number 6. I think he's much better as almost like a box to box for them. I think he should play that number 8. But when you hear they want the likes of sorry, not Enzo, what was his name?
Enzo Fernandez, isn't it?
Yeah, Enzo Fernandez. Then you look at it, you'd be like, okay, so if they want that guy, that means Anderson is going to be the 6. But they're close to bringing Boadi. So it's going to be interesting to see. So I think Maresca is just going to have a new mapped out team and they are just going to figure out their way without Rodri.
Yeah, I mean, staying on Rodri, I mean, that's the Man City side of things. Like we said, he's going to land in Barcelona. That's pretty clear. Why do you think he chose Barcelona over Real Madrid?
Barcelona was a place for him. Like literally when with his knowledge, the type of football player that he is, Barcelona was a place for him. When I even heard he was going to go to, or he wanted to go to Madrid, I was like, really? Like Madrid? But I was like, okay, maybe the likes of Barcelona don't really want him. And again, Real Madrid is just one of those clubs where a lot of these players want to play. He's played for Atletico Madrid before. But Barcelona was the perfect place for him because they have the likes of De Jong, who has been hampered with a lot of injuries lately. And then when you think about the nostalgia of like Sergio Busquets and all that stuff, is like they get another player in that profile in Rodri. And the fact they were able to get him off Real Madrid's hands makes it even sweeter. Like this year, I'm looking forward to La Liga because, man,
El
I said it.
Clasico.
I said Rodri going to Barcelona. Yes, I understand Barcelona do not have a striker, but I think they can make do in that league without a striker. Even if I believe they are going to sign a striker regardless, because they've lost Lewandowski, they've lost Ferran Torres. I believe they are going to get a striker. I don't know who it is. I still feel they get Alvarez at the end of the day. But the way Barcelona play, sometimes with their high line, you have a general like Rodri in there. Man,
Cool.
can't wait, man. Can't
Um,
wait.
yeah, the El Clasicos are gonna get really interesting this season for sure. I wanted to close off the Man City segment before we
Mhm.
jump into the part that I think our audience would definitely want to hear from us, predictions and crazy
Mm.
takes. And I'm coming with a different kind of vibe this year.
I trust you. Takes are always wild.
Yeah. You gotta spice things up, Uh, I don't know if you got a chance to see the documentary. I think last week we spent some time talking about Mourinho's documentary. I've only seen the first episode of Pep Guardiola's
Yeah.
one with City, and
Hmm.
I think it's been really interesting. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of clips here and there on Twitter X,
Hmm.
so some things I'm probably going to see in subsequent episodes. But your take on what you have seen so far, from that documentary.
Yeah, just like you, I've literally just seen the first episode, to be honest. I literally just saw it before we even started recording. And it was more of like his 2024, 2025 season, if I'm correct, when he had the first madness
That
of
run,
losses
yeah,
in that
yeah,
run. So it was interesting. I think the one thing I got from that first episode was I could see a man that was mentally drained. Like just that first episode, I could see a man that was mentally drained. But the good thing about it, or the positive thing that I could take from it from a Pep Guardiola standpoint, was he somehow still figured out a way, regardless. Because remember, towards the end of the season, they won, was it 10 or 11 games on a bounce? He was still able to find that out. The other shocking part for me was the whole situation with Walker. I found out a little bit strange because I'm just like, for a captain, I think that behavior for a captain in front of the boys and everything, I didn't think that was the right thing for him to do. Like, let's not forget, man, you were just Kyle Walker in Spurs, bro. The Kyle Walker you are today, it's all down to that guy. Every trophy you have in your life is down to that guy. But then again, I understand he's a man and he felt like all the losses were being blamed on him and everything,
right,
but you're the captain. Right? Like, yes, if you want to challenge the manager and stuff, I think there are better ways for you to do it. So I think those were the two main things that I got from it. Him being mentally tired and drained, and then that of Kawaka. So I'm looking forward to finishing the last three episodes. I can already tell it's literally
it's
gonna
gonna be
be
fire
something.
for
It's
sure.
gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fire.
I definitely enjoy watching it. Like you, I plan to finish it probably as soon as we're done recording. I'll
Yeah.
go catch up on the rest of it. But it was interesting for me to see, like, it gave us a window into how Pep Guardiola is with the team, with just his methods and all of that, and you can see how connected, how passionate. Like, definitely,
Passionate.
what you take away from that is that he's extremely passionate, very committed to what he's doing, but I think there's an undertone of, like, I felt a little bit of pity for him because you could see how
Mhm.
much he had poured into the game. It almost seemed like that was like an escape for him, right? In
Felt
a
that
lot of
part when he
ways.
talked about the divorced wife. Ah,
Yeah, it
man,
felt like this year
yeah.
is what I have to
This
pour
is what I
myself into
have.
now, right?
Yeah.
I've lost my, the passion, the love, the what. No, we didn't say he lost the love, but lost the passion at home and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Is divorced, and so it looked like, man, this is what I'm pouring myself into right
Mm.
now. And yeah, it was interesting. Sometimes they say don't meet your heroes, but to kind of
Mm-hmm.
see that and, like, man, this guy really poured himself into the game. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes. I've seen clips of how they handled Kevin De Bruyne and the Turkey situation, but I
Oh,
want to
those
see it
checking
in
clips are
context.
crazy. Exactly. I need to
Yeah,
see that
I
Turkey
want to see
part,
it in
man. I need to
context.
see because even when I saw those clips of Turkey, I'm like, you guys literally put this in this documentary.
Whoa,
Ah,
like,
man,
what I'm
I
saying,
would
like,
see that.
you have the CEO or
Yeah.
whoever, is it Ferran, right, saying,
Yeah.
we didn't want to sign him, to be honest, or like we felt a way. It's interesting to see,
It
but
was interesting when I saw those
I
clips.
love
Can't wait.
this documentaries that are coming out. I think sometimes
Mm.
we need to see some of these stories. Mourinho had his, which was really good.
Mm.
Pep's really good so far. I want to see more of that.
Now, question, because it's funny. Was it yesterday or today? I saw a clip of one of these talk sport guys. And what's his name? The Duffy guy. Remember Duffy? I can't remember his first
No.
name. He used to be a player. And he was saying something about he doesn't like these documentaries and stuff when people are sharing like behind the scenes, what's going on in the locker room, that he just believed there are some things that are meant to be like kept sacred and stuff like that. And in my head, I was like, I get
Nah,
where you're coming from in terms of you're an old school dinosaur type of
that's the
footballer.
only thing I get.
Exactly,
That's the
because
only
I was
that's the
trying
only
to
thing I
understand,
get,
like,
bro.
what do you mean, like, some things should be kept, like, sacred and all? I think this documentary is one thing I like about them is it reminds us a little bit about these guys are humans.
Yes.
Like, they're humans. We don't get to see this on the TV on a weekly basis. We don't, like, think about, let's go back to the Kyle Walker part. When Pep was talking, and it felt like Pep was crying.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, if anybody had told us that, sometimes when people will make jokes about, I'm sure he's just crying in the locker room, and everybody be like,
Yeah.
come on, he's rinsing those players down and stuff like that. So in my head, I'm like, I think this is good. We get to actually see the inhuman side of a lot of these players, because a lot of us just look at them like machines that they are meant to perform how we want them to perform, just because they are making all this amount of money. We don't know what they are going through in their personal life and everything. There are a lot of people here that are married. Imagine you getting divorced from your wife and it's based on your love or your passion for your job. That is crazy. That is
Yeah. I mean,
crazy.
I agree with you 100%. To whoever said that, Duffy or whatever, that's his
Is this Shane
opinion. I
Duffy?
think,
I think that's his name. I can't remember.
yeah, really doesn't matter, right? Like the
Yeah.
opinion is what we're discussing here. I mean, I get that, okay, certain things, you don't want to bring out there, which is fair. But I think when it comes to documentary, I don't think there was anything there that I would say, oh my God, this shouldn't have been out there. I think what it does
And
do
they cut a
is,
lot. You could tell.
of course, you can tell they
Exactly.
did, of
Yeah.
course. But I think the other part to what you're saying is it also lets you see behind the scenes of the game. For example, the Cherokee clip we're referencing, where they're actually talking about how they analyze players. They're talking about this AI internal thing that they have, and it gives you a sense of this is how these teams are thinking about player identification, profile identification. We don't get to see that. We can all make our speculation as fans and talk about just pay this money or pay that,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know the amount of data, the amount of
I will
information
into
these
it.
guys are
Yeah.
actually having to go through. The other thing too, right? The De Bruyne stuff, which, like I said, I can't wait to see. The rest of us are saying, "Oh, I mean, why don't you just offer him a contract? What is the story? How we never get to hear those things, like how
Yeah.
did De Bruyne end up not being a Man City player anymore? We now find out through the documentary that, I mean, they didn't offer him the contract. We could have speculated that that was easy, but what did that actually mean? And you see De Bruyne talk about, man, this is home. Like it's
That
not
was
just me
painful,
anymore.
man.
It
Yeah.
was painful, exactly, right? So, I think it's interesting to see, and obviously when you talk about Pep himself, the Walker situation you're talking about, I thought it showed a lot of emotional intelligence there. He could have
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
torn that guy
He could have.
out.
Ooh. And that was what I thought he was going to do.
Yes,
Because he could just,
yes.
like, that thing could have gone
Rinsed
both
him.
ways. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
rinsed him right there in front of
right,
everybody. But now it also makes sense because I want to believe that was the same winter window that he left and went to AC Milan.
right, right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I enjoy it, man. I want to hear from Klopp. I want to hear from some of the other managers that have, done it at the highest level,
Yeah.
so yeah. All right, my bro, let's close out, with this is my favorite portion of it. The season's about to start. I think what we'll do is we will wait till the transfer window is done before we do
The final.
grading of the whatever. But
Yeah.
what we can talk about is we start to do our predictions as to,
Hmm.
you know, uh, what you think is finishing where and what, you know what I mean? So I'll let you go. Give me your top four, how you see it. Um, or maybe top six if you want to go that far.
Okay. Top six. I'll go Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City.
Wow.
Huh. Man, fourth is between United and Chelsea, but I would go Chelsea, fifth, United, Sixth. Sixth. That's the thing. I don't know what Villa to expect. Sixth. You know what? I'm going to go sixth. I think I'll just go with a crazy take for sixth. Who would I give that craziness to? No, I'm going to back my shit, man. Nottingham Forest 6. I'm going back my boy Glasner, man.
Oh
Nottingham
my
Forest
God.
6. Wait. Okay, no, Brighton has Euro too.
Oh my
No, actually,
goodness.
no, just thinking about it. Spurs should be making 6 now. Because I'm
They
just
play.
thinking, Bournemouth have Euro. Sunderland have Euro.
Okay, welcome to the
Brighton
side.
have Euro.
Welcome to the side.
Yes, now.
You gotta welcome. Now we're on the same side.
No, I'm just dipping in now because I'm just thinking of those wagers when our sports guys be telling us top 10. Like, come on, bro.
That one you gotta stay
Come
out of
on,
that
bro.
one. Top 10 is a joke.
Because I'm trying to think, we still have all them. I can't trust Everton. 6th, 7th, I'll do Nottingham Forest, I suppose. Yeah, they'll fight that one out. I don't know who will get 6th, but 2 of them within 6th and 7th. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know what I expect to happen down there. I obviously have Arsenal as number one, and then the rest of this bums can duke it out. But I think
Leeds is
I
another
don't.
team. Just remember Leeds. I think they're another
I
team that do
think.
well this season.
I think I'm kind of struggling right now between Man City and Liverpool. I think it's going to be a toss-up between both of them.
Is this changes that made me flip them?
Yeah, I think it's going
It's
to
the
be a
changes
toss-up
that just
between the
made me
two of them.
flip them. Yeah.
But I guarantee that Manchester United will not be in the top three, for sure. That one is a
Where did I have
guarantee.
them?
I think you
Okay, no,
had
I
them
had
fifth
them
right now
5th, yeah.
because
I
you
had
had
them 5th.
Chelsea over.
Because
Yeah.
I had Chelsea over them, yeah.
United are in for a major surprise. I think playing multiple games in a week is going to be quite the adjustment for them. And I think the bodies are gonna start breaking down, and I don't wish that on them. I just think it's a consequence of playing more games in a season. And I think they are light. I don't think they have squad depth.
Yeah,
Right.
their squad is a
So
little light, yes.
so I
It's a
think those
little light.
things are going to come as a rude awakening for that team. So, but I think I have Arsenal first. I think if I have to land somewhere today and I could change it next week, it probably Man City, just out of respect, I guess, for what they've done and the fact that I can't think of anybody that's just clearly stands above them. Liverpool, they're going to be good. The pieces are there. It's just really up to Raola if he can manage, because he plays a very high intensity, high octane kind of system, right? So I don't know if you could do that for an entire season playing 4 competitions, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're also light too, to be fair. They're actually quite
Liverpool?
light as well. Yeah. In terms of squad depth.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still looking to bring in like 2 more players for sure, especially in the attacking department. Yeah, so I can see that for sure.
That basis money is not clearing to January, so for fourth, yeah, I don't. That's as far as I'm willing to go. I don't really be looking at that, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go with you on Chelsea. I think I'm finally gonna come out and say Chelsea over Manchester United for sure. Because, like I said, they're not gonna have too many games. But beyond fourth, they could do whatever they want. I don't care. Let's talk about this one. Should be easy now. Golden Glove.
Oh yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
We'll
1, 2,
go
on the count
for
of three. On the count of
the
three. 1, 2,
quadruple,
3.
bro.
Ryan.
Quadruple Raya, man. Yeah. We're going.
Golden Boot is going to be quite interesting. I think the obvious answer seems like Haaland.
Yeah.
But I think something crazy might happen this season.
In what sense?
What do you think?
You are just going to have to say it.
I actually don't know. I'm probably gonna land at Haaland because I tried to find a contrarian take, and I couldn't find it, bro. I'm trying. Maybe. Oh, João Pedro's gonna be interesting. João Pedro's gonna be interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb. Yes, I need a contrarian take
Nah,
just
don't do that.
to.
Don't
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
doing it.
Don't do that. The
Yeah,
reason why
I'm
we
doing
even
it.
beg you more not to do it, that guy went to go pick up that number 9 shit. Bro, I saw that thing yesterday. That thing got to me,
Okay,
man.
here's what I'm gonna land. Here's what I'm gonna land. João Pedro will finish top 3 in Golden Boots scoring. I'm going out on a limb right now. Top 3.
Top 3.
Top 3. Mark it down.
Yeah,
Top 3.
that's hard for me, man.
Okay. You heard it
That's
here
hard.
first. I almost went to 1, but that Haaland is
Top 3.
Saka.
So if you
Yeah.
were to choose 2 people that will finish above him, who will be those 2 people?
The second one, I don't know. Haaland is there for sure. I think he'll be one of those random teams that they're over reliant on one guy. So that's kind of why I'm not too.
You have your
Like, I think
Isaacs, you have your Thiagos.
I don't know, this is Isak in it. Show me Isak.
Okay.
Alex, Alexandra,
we've
Alex,
really
whatever
forgotten
your name
about
is.
that guy.
Show me who you are. Why would I forget? I was busy chasing titles last season. So, yeah. His best season was, what, 3 seasons ago? A lot
Yeah,
can change in 3 seasons.
the last one at Newcastle. I think the season before that he had better numbers as well.
Yes. So, you want to
João
keep
Pedro,
eating
top
off of.
3.
Yeah, I'm there.
Where did he
I'm
finish
there.
last season?
I don't know, but top 3 for sure is what I'm giving him.
Let me check where he finished in last season.
Yeah.
Finished
Assist.
6th.
No, but say it well now. 6. What was the variance between top and 6? How many goals difference?
Between which top?
No, obviously Haaland was clear, but like if it's 6, so walk us through first, second, third, fourth, fifth,
Second
6th.
was Thiago, 22 goals.
Okay.
Mainoo, third, 17 goals. Oli Watkins, we forgot about that guy, 16 goals. Then João Pedro and Gibbs White, 15 goals.
Yeah, so we're not talking about huge delta there, is what I'm trying to say. By the time you take out the top 2, which is Haaland and what's his name, Thiago.
God, there are so many.
And I've already given you that data point that you might have another Thiago. I don't know who it is.
The reason why it's hard for me to see it is because the man is not even on penalties.
How many goals were between 3rd and 6th last season?
Sorry?
How many goals separated the third goal, highest goal scorer and 6th? That's it now. So why are you saying it like I'm saying something crazy?
No, because I'm just looking at it like I'm looking at the guys that finished ahead of him now, right?
Yeah.
Or the guys that even finished around him. Okay, for example, he finished with 15 goals. Down to the person that finished 12. We're like 2 or 3 goals away from him.
You are still making my point now. So it can be anybody.
Yes, it can be. That's what I'm saying. It can be anybody. Yeah, so why did he just pick Pedro and say he's going to be top 3?
Because I think they are going to go back to the beginning of the clip, right? They're going to play fewer games, so there's going to be less rotation. Their starting 11 is going to be a starting 11.
You know what?
Basically, he's going to have a Thiago.
We'll take this to NFC and see if any of our wagers would be there. I think I might want to be on this one.
I'll be damned if I. So basically, I'm going against. No. I only want the other side of it, man. I would
like to see what people think on this one. Top 3.
Let's take it over there.
We should take it there.
Yeah, take it over there. I'm down for that. But assist, who you got?
Assist. Woo. Assist. That's tough, bro. Because, you know what? Let me look at the numbers last season again. Assist. Oof.
That's the sound of the Zolis.
Assist. Salah is gone. Bruno Fernandes, Cherky, Bowen, Harry Wilson. You know what's funny? Just looking at this assist list, outside Bruno Fernandes, everybody were pretty close. Cherky and Bowen had 12 and 11. bro, from 4th to like 20th, not even 20th, to like 30 something. You know what differentiated them? Like 3 assists.
Yeah, that's no man.
You
I
know what?
think go for it.
I'm gonna go.
Join me. Let's be
I'm
crazy,
gonna go with
bro.
my star boy, Sakalizu.
I promise you, I was waiting to say that. I promise you. The only caveat I was going to
I'm going
give
with my
is
star boy,
injury.
Sakalizu.
I promise you that was going to be my name.
Yeah.
But I
Assists
know
are tough, man.
I'm landing top 3 for Saka because I think.
Oh, top 3. Okay, yeah, I can say that.
No, because I wanted to go number 1.
Yeah.
But between injuries, which I don't wish on him, it would definitely be rotated this season like crazy. So I think that's going to be a problem. But all things being equal, I think Saka is top 3 in assists for sure. You can take that to the bag. No, don't take it to the bag, bro.
I'm looking forward to seeing Zolis, because what I've seen from that guy preseason, he's been, yeah,
but
he's very much a creative type of winger. So
what I
that'll be
like about
interesting.
him is he doesn't look like he's trying to beat his man. It
No,
looks like he's trying
he's
to
not
create.
interested
Yeah,
in beating his man.
like, what he wants to do is just get shit done. Like he's not really trying for that, and that's gonna help. That's gonna help, So who else? What else do we have here? I don't know.
Hot
Give me
takes.
some wild
Hot
takes.
takes.
Give me some
Hot
hot
takes.
takes. Yeah, I want to.
Hot
I want to
takes.
hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
One of Chelsea, City, Liverpool, United
Gonna lose the manager.
lose their manager by January 1st, 2027.
I think it's going to be one of the red jersey wearing teams for sure.
Yeah. One of those top guys by January 1st, one of them will lose their manager.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a team wearing red.
And I think we have the same suspicions. We have the same suspicion, but to keep our subscribers before they cut the clip right around now. I think we have the same suspects.
Oh man. What else? I think that's about it. Let
teams to get relegated. Actually, 2 more. Teams to get relegated and surprise package of the season.
Relegated, I don't know. What else is coming up from?
So we have Ipswich.
I'll just play the percentages.
And Coventry.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Ipswich are going down. Let me just put down for you straight. The third team is what I don't know. I think Spurs.
this guy.
I think Spurs survive relegation for sure.
This guy.
Spurs should survive relegation again. So they won't go down. Man, who's down there? Who's barely survived the season?
I don't know why I have a feeling that Newcastle might toil with relegation, but they won't go down.
Oh, that's a tough one, though. I can see that too. I can see that.
I think they'll flirt with relegation this season, but I don't think they go down.
I can see that, to be fair. Who else survived barely last season? Leeds, I think they're going to be good.
Leeds or Forest are going to be my surprise package this season. Leeds or Forest. Yeah. I think I'll have them as my surprise package this season.
Man, can surprise package be anything other than a team?
Yeah.
So we can have a player, right? Surprise package.
Ooh, I have another hot take.
Yeah, let's take your hot take because I don't know who I'm giving surprise, man.
Kobbie Mainoo.
Where are we going with this?
That's face. Wow,
Where are we
that
going with
thing
this?
killed me, man. That was so funny. I was like, where are we going with this? I think Kobbie Mainoo would fall out of, I don't know if to say the Manchester United team or the Manchester United fans.
I think the fans probably not. The team,
I think it might be the
that
team.
that one looks like
Yeah,
pretty.
that was my
It's
other hot
like
take.
that one's not even
I
that
think
much of
he
a hot
would
take. What makes
be,
it a hot take?
because I think a lot of people, and please guys don't come for me, this is just my opinion. I think he's a little bit overrated. And I think this guy. And I think this season, okay, you know what? Let me put the hot take in this way. I think this season, people are going to see Kobbie Mainoo a little lower than what most of them thought he was.
So basically, they're coming back to earth.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm wondering what the hot take is, right? Because
Generational
here's
talent. Huh.
no, just leave all that one for now. Let's put it in perspective. One manager, obviously, who we all agree was not the greatest manager for Manchester United in Amarim, did not fancy this guy. Carrick came for 5 minutes and they played a few games in their once in a week kind of situation. I think you could say that he did all right, like to be fair. Now, here's what has happened since then. This boy was selected to go to the World Cup and did not step on the pitch for one single minute. We have people, you and I know people that went to the World Cup as reporters, as media people, and they were on the pitch longer than Kobbie Mainoo was on the pitch. Right? Now you've come back since then, and you're hearing fans say, we need an extra midfielder, and they're saying it in such a way as if to say, oh, hold on, where's Kobbie Mainoo? Right? Even so much so that this week there was reports that MLS was going to be offered to teams, and you're seeing all the United fans basically saying, we'll take MLS. And I'm wondering, you take MLS, but you have Mainoo at home.
Yeah.
You bought Tillemans. You have Bruno Fernandes already, right? And you supposedly have Kobbie Mainoo. But then we're clamoring for this extra midfielder in Justin Bieber. So I think the writing's on the wall that he is further down the pecking order, is kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think it's that hot of a take that he will fall out of. Like, if you had to pick a starting three for Manchester United now, does he play?
If everybody is fit, no.
So that answers the question.
Yeah. Because
I don't think.
if he could play in a DM, if he could play as a DM, maybe I'll think about it. But I think his best position is an 8. I don't think he's as creative as most people think he is. Because I've heard all this playing in the 10, but in the 10. Remember that season when they played him, was it against Wolves or something, playing him in the 10, and I'm just like, brother.
DLP, shout out to DLP.
So right now, especially for the fact they're getting the likes of Baliba, when everybody fits, I don't start Kobbie Mainoo. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's pretty straightforward. Let's we're trying to keep this episode as concise as possible. So let's quickly jump into the fun part, or one of the fun parts from last season. This is where we start giving our predictions, right? We'll start with Arsenal hosting Coventry tomorrow. What are your predictions for that game?
Give them a soft launch, 2-0.
That's quite conservative.
Yeah, soft launch, 2-0.
Okay. I'm a bit disappointed with that, but sure. So last season, my favorite prediction to give was 2-0. It was kind of right there. So now when I'm unsure as to the level of damage we're going to do to a team, I'm going to start with 3. So my prediction for tomorrow is going to be 3-0 Arsenal. Let's move over to Hull hosting Manchester United.
Okay. Give Manchester United 2-1.
Yeah. Let me just start on the right note for you guys. I think it's gonna
Yes.
be it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
That's wild,
uh,
man.
a 1-1 draw. Nothing to put more pressure on like the entire like transfer. You see what would have happened if we had both players, if we done this. 1-1
Mm.
draw, Hull City against Manchester United. Brentford Spurs is gonna be interesting. Yeah,
2-2.
that's always like a okay. Let's just we'll just leave it like that. We'll leave it like that, you know. Let's look. So Sunday, Man City Bournemouth. You know what's funny? I was watching that documentary. I didn't realize Bournemouth they've had Man City's number now for a minute.
Yeah.
Shout out to the the game in
Mm.
May. Predictions.
What did you give for the Spurs Brentford?
I don't care for that one. But yeah, sure. 2-2 sounds interesting. Let's go 2-2. Actually, nah.
Guys, you're about to go crazy again.
I'm,
But I'm
I'm
the
going
one you
3
keep laughing at.
I'm going 3-1 Brentford.
True.
I
True.
want to make things fun. Because
Yeah.
I want one of these new managers to start on the kind of note, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think my choice is going to be it's gonna be Spurs. 2-1
Okay.
Brentford. No, yeah, let me go 2-1. 3-1 is too harsh. 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna give your City Bournemouth game.
City Bournemouth 2 2-1 City. 2-1 City.
I like that one too. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go 3-1 just to switch it up a little bit.
2-1
I
City.
think they will struggle to keep a clean sheet, so that's where the one's coming from. But I
Yeah.
think it'll be a comfortable day out for them.
Uh,
And Newcastle Liverpool.
I'll go 1-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, I think Liverpool wins that one too. I
Yeah.
can't even tell you who plays for Newcastle
Yeah.
at this
1-0
point.
Liverpool.
So
Yeah.
and then the last game of the game week is going to be on Monday. Fulham hosting Chelsea at
That's the Wale Derby.
the Wale
Wale
Derby.
Derby. Yeah. Woo! You know what?
Right.
1-0 Fulham.
Yeah, I think you've drank my Kool-Aid, man. That's crazy.
1-0, 1-0
That's
Fulham.
crazy.
Yeah. I think that's going to be
Ah,
I think that's going to be the shocker of the weekend for me. Of the opening weekend.
that will be Hull Manchester United. Let me just let you know that.
Yeah, yours was whole
Uh,
Manchester. I think I'll go.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll go 1-0 Fulham.
Chelsea are going to give Fulham the work. That is going to be 3-0 for Chelsea. Like, I don't know anything about this Fulham manager. If the other guy was still there, I would say it could make for an interesting game. But
Yeah. This
yeah,
goddamn Arbeloa guy.
new manager Arbeloa. I don't see it, bro. I really don't see it. There's plenty on the line. Xabi Alonso trying to let you know that I'm still your big brother in this game. You know, say, hey, Chelsea I think it's gonna be a big win for Chelsea.
Mm.
All right, my guy. We're a little over than what we're really planning to do this
Oh,
season.
yeah,
This
we
season, I want
did.
to keep it short conversations. Try to minimize a lot of those two-hour episodes. But it was fun. It was fun catching up. The
As
season started.
always,
So that's our excuse. The season started tomorrow. We're excited. So of course we have plenty to get off our chest. But yeah, man, it's been fun. We're looking forward to the game tomorrow. Shout out to all the fans who've been waiting for the Premier League to start. We're celebrating. We're with you. You know, we're watching. We're going to be watching just like everyone else. So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
looking forward to it, man. Tomorrow I'm glued to my TV in my office. I want to soak it all in.
I know that's right.
You know that beginning part, first game of the season, they
I
just
know
say,
that's
"Oh,
right.
the home of the champions." I just want to keep hearing that name. So tomorrow, I just want to be there. I don't even want to miss 1 second of the preview. I will be there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it, man.
All right, bro. Nice catching up. I'm sure we'll be in touch, before, during, and after the game as usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll chat soon.
Peace.
No. We gotta give our
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
apologize.
Yes,
That
we
is my bad.
apologize. I apologize.
This is where you bring us home.
To the listeners, the subscribers, the well wishers, the Lounge 11 community. Just want to say thank you as always. Again, like, subscribe, share. We appreciate you guys, and we're doing everything we can to bring more content and more interesting stuff to you guys. So see you guys around, same place, same time next week.
Yeah, man. And that's it.